You're following every piece of money advice you can find, and you still feel overwhelmed and behind. What if the problem isn't what you're doing, but how many rules you're trying to follow? Today, I'm giving you a minimalist system that cuts your daily money decisions down to almost zero. We're going to audit 1. Why more rules usually creates more failure. 2. A 9-part minimalist rule system. 3. And how to apply it today without becoming a spreadsheet person. Most people fail at rule hash 3 without realizing it, and that's why their bank account stays stuck. Stay with me. This isn't magic, it's system design. Let's use simple assumption-based math just to show the pattern. Assume you bring home $4,000 a month. If you automate saving 20%, that's $800 moved out before you even get a chance to negotiate with yourself. Now compare that to a leaky system. One $50 impulse buy per week is roughly $200 a month, or $2,400 a year, a quiet leak you barely notice. And if you upgrade your lifestyle by just $300 a month, you just locked away $3,600 a year before you've paid for necessities. That's how the high-income poverty trap starts. Not with one big mistake. With dozens of small, permanent commitments, so here's the audit. We're not adding more rules. We're building a system that works when you're busy, tired, and distracted, which is most days. 9 rules, 3 buckets. The goal is not to become perfect. The goal is to reduce the number of times your money requires a decision. Because decisions create fatigue. Fatigue creates defaults. And your defaults are the reason your money keeps vanishing. Trap. You have 4 different savings accounts, 3 checking accounts, and multiple apps to track them. Why it feels normal. Complexity feels like sophistication. More accounts feels like control. In reality, fragmentation makes it hard to see your real picture, and it increases the chance you overspend in one place because you forgot what you already committed elsewhere. Fix rule. Consolidate to 1 primary checking and 1 primary savings. Do this today. Close any extra accounts that serve no automated purpose. Tiny example. Instead of a travel fund at one bank and a car fund at another, keep 1 high-yield savings with a single total balance and track categories with labels. Not separate banks. Auditor note, complexity doesn't create discipline. It creates fog. Trap. You try to save whatever is left over at the end of the month. Why it feels normal. It feels flexible. You think you're adapting to life, but expenses expand to meet income, and leftover becomes a myth. Fix rule. Set a fixed percent, like 15% or 20%, and stop negotiating. Do this today. Pick a percentage based on your last 3 months of take-home pay. Choose a number you can actually stick with. Tiny example. If your paycheck is $2,000, then $300 moves out the minute it hits your account every time. This rule isn't about being extreme. It's about removing the monthly argument you keep losing. Trap. You manually move money into savings, manually pay bills, and manually decide what happens every month. Why it feels normal? Manual control feels responsible? It feels like you're staying in touch with your money. But every manual move is a decision, and every decision is an opportunity to delay, forget, or say, not this month. Fix rule. If it can be automated, it must be automated. Do this today. Automate the top 3. 1. Savings, investing transfer on payday. 2. Bills on autopay. 3. Minimum debt payments on autopay. Tiny example. Autopay your electric bill and phone bill. That removes 2 friction points where you could forget or choose later. Why people fail here? They set goals, but they don't build defaults. They trust future motivation instead of present automation. Automation isn't laziness. It's anti-self-sabotage. Trap. You see a limited time deal and buy instantly. Why it feels normal. Dopamine. Online stores are designed to make now feel like the only time. You confuse a temporary want with a permanent need. Fix rule. Use a 24-48-hour cooling off period for any non-essential purchase over $50. Do this today. Remove saved credit card info from your most used shopping apps. Tiny example. You see $70 shoes. You put them in the cart, close the tab, and walk away until Tuesday. Trap. You try to track every single cent in a spreadsheet. Why it feels normal. It feels like accounting. But detailed tracking is a postmortem. It tells you why you're broke after you're already broke. Fix rule. Pick your 2 danger zones and cap them hard. Do this today. Look at your statement and identify the 1 category you consistently overspend in. Tiny example. You cap DoorDash at $200 this month. Once you hit it, the service is closed until next month. Caps beat tracking. Tracking is memory. Caps are boundaries. Trap. You upgrade your phone, then your earbuds, then your watch. Stacking payments. Why it feels normal. Each upgrade feels small. You tell yourself you can afford the payment, but stacked upgrades are lifestyle creep. Your raises get eaten before you feel them. Fix rule. You may only upgrade one area at a time. Do this today. Cancel pre-orders or upgrade programs you don't truly need right now. Tiny example. If you take on a new car payment, you do not upgrade your phone plan or internet speed in the same year. One upgrade at a time keeps you stable while still letting you improve your life. Trap. You pay rent, the car note, groceries, then wonder why your net worth doesn't grow. Why it feels normal. We're trained to pay others first. But if you're the last person on your payroll, you will always come last. Fix rule. Savings, investing is the first bill you pay. Do this today. Split direct deposit so money goes to savings, investing before it ever touches your spending account. Tiny example. Treat a Roth IRA contribution like rent, non-negotiable. If you wait to save after life, you'll never save. Trap. You get a raise and immediately upgrade your housing, car, or lifestyle. Why it feels normal? You feel like you earned it. Society tells you your lifestyle should reflect your title. That's how people stay stuck. They're always living at the edge of their income. Fix rule. Live on last year's income level for a while. Let the gap build your assets. Do this today. If you got a raise in the last 6 months, route the difference into automated saving, investing. Tiny example. You earn $60K now, but lived fine on $55K last year. The $5K gap becomes invisible and goes straight to your future. This isn't deprivation. It's wealth building. Trap. You check your balance every day, sometimes twice. Why it feels normal? It feels like being on top of things, but daily checking creates micro stress and rarely creates macro change. Fix rule. Audit your system once a month for 30 minutes, then stop staring at your balance. Do this today. Schedule financial audit on the last Sunday of every month. Tiny example. Spend 20 minutes reviewing subscriptions and cancel one you didn't use. Auditing is powerful because it creates change. Checking is weaker because it creates anxiety. Here's the uncomfortable truth. More rules lead to more decisions. More decisions lead to decision fatigue. Decision fatigue leads to your default bad habits. You don't need more willpower. You need a better environment. A system that works while you're tired beats discipline you only have when you're motivated. 3 horizons. Do not try to do all 9 rules today. This week, pick exactly 3 rules from the 9 and apply them immediately. My recommendation: Rule 2, Rule 3, Rule 5. This month, identify one recurring decision like what's for dinner, and remove it with a default meal prep, a simple rotation, or a cap. This year, remove one major decision completely through automation. Raise capture, bills, investing, whatever is currently relying on your mood. The auditor's question: what is one money decision you wish you didn't have to think about every single week? Tell me in the comments. I'm reading.